You've been asking, who am I? Your entire life. And somewhere along the way, you started to suspect that the question itself might be the thing keeping you stuck. Not because you're not smart enough to answer it, but because you've been using the wrong instrument to look. Here's what I want to explore with you today. Almost all of us live with this quiet, exhausting sense that no matter how much we think about ourselves, we never quite arrive. We analyze, we self-improve, we manage our image, we run inner narratives about what kind of person we are and what kind of person we're trying to be. And underneath all of it is this low hum of instability, like the ground under our identity is always shifting 1 degree. What if that whole project, the constant self-construction, is actually the source of the exhaustion? What if real clarity isn't waiting at the end of more thinking, but underneath it? Let me put you inside a Tuesday morning. You're at your desk, coffee's still warm. A colleague sends a 2-line email to the team thread. No greeting. Just a blunt correction pointing at something you did. And within about 4 seconds, your nervous system has already made a decision. Your chest tightens. Your jaw does that thing, and the story starts assembling itself faster than you can track it. They don't respect you. You probably said something wrong in that meeting last week. Maybe you're not actually as good at this job as people think. Maybe everyone's been noticing. An hour goes by. You are not working, you are in a courtroom in your head, building your defense, drafting the perfectly worded reply, deleting it, rewriting it. By noon, this 2-line email has quietly turned into a verdict on your worth as a person. And here's the strange part. The email hasn't changed, not one word of it changed between 9 a.m. and noon. Only you did. Here's what I want you to notice. That whole morning, you weren't observing your life. You were narrating it. There's a difference, and it's enormous. Observing is just seeing what's there. Narrating is layering meaning on top of what's there, meaning about you, about them, about what it means, about what happens next. And most of us, most of the time, don't notice the difference. We take the narration for fact. The voice in our head says, they think you're incompetent. And some part of us just files that under true without ever checking. Here's a metaphor I want you to hold on to. Imagine you've been wearing a pair of glasses your whole life. And these glasses have a built-in filter. They color grade everything. Not just the world outside. Also you. When you look in the mirror, every time you've tried to figure out, who am I really? You've been doing it through those lenses. So of course you keep getting a filtered answer. Of course the answer keeps shifting depending on the day, the email, the compliment, the criticism. The instrument you're using was never built for stability. It was built for evaluation, and evaluation, by its nature, is always comparing. Always sorting, always accepting one part and rejecting another. That's what the mind does when it's in narrator mode. It grades. It ranks. It decides, which means the you it produces is always a verdict, never a fact. So here's the reframe I want to sit with. The part of you that's been asking, who am I? The analytical, judging, comparing part, is the wrong instrument for the job. It's like trying to measure the temperature of something with a ruler. The ruler is a fine tool. Just not for that. That's why, no matter how much therapy you do, how many books you read, how many personality tests you take, there's always this residual flicker of, but who am I really? Because the tool you're using can only ever produce more description, more narration, more filtered images. It cannot produce the thing underneath the images, because the thing underneath the images doesn't have an image. And yet, and this is the part that matters, something underneath is already there. Something that didn't get shaken by the email. Something that was perfectly steady while the narrator in your head was busy building a case against you. You felt it. Everyone has. It's the moment, on that Tuesday, when for just a second you catch yourself and think, wait, is any of this actually happening right now? And the whole architecture wobbles. The story about your worth suddenly looks less solid. The email goes back to being what it always was, 3 sentences on a screen. Nothing more. That wobble is the whole thing. That wobble is you reaching up and touching the glasses for the first time and realizing they're there. Here's what I want you to really let in. In that wobble, you didn't become a new person. You didn't grow a stronger self. Something that was already stable simply became visible for a second. Once the narration paused. You were never as fragile as the story was making you sound. Some part of you, in the middle of the whole courtroom drama, already knew that. That's the part that said, wait. That's the part that noticed the noise. It's quieter than the narrator. It doesn't argue. It doesn't defend. It just is. And here's the strange, almost anticlimactic truth. You don't have to build that part. You can't. It's not something you construct through more effort. It's what's left when you stop constructing. It's what the light looks like when you take the filtered glasses off. Not new light, just the light that was always there. So what does this actually look like on a regular Tuesday? Not in a monastery. In your inbox. In traffic. In the middle of an argument with someone you love. It looks like this. The email lands. The chest tightens. The story starts assembling. And instead of following the story into the courtroom, you pause, just for a breath, and ask one quiet question. Is this happening right now? Or am I narrating? You don't have to answer it perfectly. You don't have to stop the thoughts. You just have to notice the difference between the thing that's happening and the thing you're saying about the thing that's happening. That noticing is the whole practice. That noticing is you taking the glasses off for a second. And here's what you'll find. Over and over. When the narration pauses, even briefly, the situation gets smaller. The email is just an email. The traffic is just traffic. The disagreement is just a disagreement. Your worth is not on the table, because it was never actually on the table. That was the filter. So let's land here. What we're really talking about is the relief of no longer needing the constant inner verdict on yourself. No longer needing to prove, hour by hour, something that was never in question. Most of the noise in a day isn't life. It's commentary on life. It's the narrator, running quality control on every moment, every interaction, every reflection in the mirror. And when the narrator quiets down, even a little, you notice how much room there is. How much of your energy has been going into a performance no one asked you to give. You don't have to figure out who you are. You just have to stop constructing someone and see what's left. And what's left, it turns out, was never the problem. It's been quietly waiting the whole time you've been arguing with the email. Let's take a few minutes now to feel that. If you're finding value here, you're welcome to like the video and subscribe. And now, let's shift into a quiet guided meditation together. Let's take a few minutes here together. Find a way to sit that lets your body feel supported. Shoulders can drop. Jaw can soften. You don't have to hold yourself up so carefully right now. Let your breath arrive on its own. You don't need to deepen it or shape it. Just notice that it's already happening. It's been happening all day, without you managing it. Now, gently, bring your attention to what's actually here. The weight of your body, the temperature of the air, the small sounds in the room. This is what's real right now, not the story about the day. Just this. Notice if there's a narrator still running in the background, some commentary about how the meditation is going, some evaluation of you. That's okay. You don't have to fight it. Just see it. See that it's a voice, not a fact. And for a moment, let it keep talking without you leaning in. Let it be like weather passing through a window you're not standing at. Underneath the voice, something quieter is here. Something that doesn't need to explain itself. Something that was here before the morning started and will be here after it ends. You don't have to find it. You just have to stop covering it. Imagine, gently, that you've been wearing glasses you didn't know were there. And right now, you're setting them down. Nothing dramatic. Just setting them down. The light in the room doesn't change. The light was already like this. You're just seeing it without the filter. Rest here. There's nothing to figure out, nothing to prove, nothing to become. You are already the thing you were trying to build. Stay with this for a few breaths. Let the quiet be quiet. When you're ready, let your attention widen. Feel the room around you. Feel your feet, your hands. Know that you can come back to this stillness anytime, not by doing more, but by doing less. And when you open your eyes, carry a little of this quiet with you into whatever comes next. Thank you for being here and practicing together. If you'd like, you can find a free digital ACIM resource in the description. And if you want to mark the moment, a simple comment such as, "I am grateful," is welcome. Thank you for being here with me. Whatever brought you to this video today, I'm glad you stayed. If something landed for you, let it stay soft. You don't have to do anything with it right now. Just be gentle with yourself as you go back into your day. I'll see you next time.